There's no pressure. I'll be creative and I'll channel this energy so I can give you all of me. All of me. Spend 11 days and 11 nights, and I've been thinking about you constantly and all the time. Maybe I even go down on my knees just to get to where you are and make you mine. I don't wanna rush it. Yeah. I just want you to trust it. We'll be fine. Give it time. There's no pressure. I'll be creative and I'll channel this energy so I can give you all of me. All of me. Spend a whole day, baby, I go a long way. Don't ever worry if you got me, cause you got me. All of the wrongs you've had, I wanna make it right. Just punch off the side, won't fight it. If it doesn't fit, it's alright. It ain't my time. There's no pressure. I'll be creative and I'll channel this energy so I can give you all of me.
Welcome to Blended Healing. Today's a teachable moment. I wanted to talk about this for a while. I figured today would be a good day for it. I want to talk about the hierarchy of the angels. I want to talk about the three spheres, or they call them choirs. See, in Islam, scholars divide angels into categories according to what their function is. Some angels are said to remain in heaven. Others function as messengers between God and man. And the third group are considered bearers of law and nature. In Islam, they consider to have 8 levels of angelic beings. When it comes to Christianity, there is no consensus of the hierarchy of angels. The Roman Catholic tradition divided angels into choirs or spheres. And there are 3 orders of angels, and each order consists of 3 types of angels. So we want to talk about that today. Some of these things are neither in the Old Testament or the New Testament or the Quran that provides the hierarchy of angels. Rather, this information theologists learn through different types of information based upon the type of angels. There might be some mention in some of the books, but needless to say, this is what we're going to talk about and learn together. Ashe, Ashe. 7 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowances made for fair use, for purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips in the balance of the favor of fair use. Furthermore, I give credit to the original copyright owner. I don't own the rights or no infringement. I'm not going to hold you long, as I know that it is a work day. But I figure that sharing and learning together in service of the collective. I want to talk about the 9 realms of the angels. As you know, or you may not know, the spheres or the circle of the hierarchy, whether you want to look at them as being stairs or a circle. If it's a circle, then it's usually 3 is in the beginning of the circle. And as the circle turns, it'll go into the second sphere. And then as we get towards the center, would be the first sphere. So the third sphere starts with level 9. Level 9 are angels. They're just plain angels. They are the messenger or the envoy. They are the lowest order of the angels and the most recognized. They are the ones most concerned with the affairs of living things. Within the category of the angels, there are many different kinds with different functions. The angels are sent as messengers to humanity. Personal guardian angels come from this class of angels. They are not separate, but rather come from the order of the angels. It is a common belief that they are assigned to every human being, Christian or not. It is unknown whether they guard multiple humans during their existence or just one. But being that what we recognize is that it's typically just one as the assignment. Realm number 8, moving up. Realm number 8 is the archangels. The archangels translates to chief angel. It's from, the meaning is from to be the first in rank or power. And angels, which means messenger or envoy. The word is only used twice in the New Testament. 1 Thessalonians 4:16 and Jude 1:9. Only the Archangel Michael is mentioned by the name in the New Testament. In most Christian traditions, Gabriel is also considered an archangel, but there's no direct literal support for this assumption. It is also worth noting that the term archangel appears only in the singular, never plural, and only in specific reference to Michael. The name of the archangel Raphael appears only in the book of Tobit or Tobias. Tobias is considered by Roman Catholics as being canonical. The book of Tobias is not, however, acknowledged by most Protestant denominations, such as Reformed Christians or Baptists. Raphael said to Tobias that he was one of the seven who stand before the Lord, and it's generally believed that Michael and Gabriel are two of the other six. A fourth archangel is Uriel, whose name literally means light of God. Uriel's name is the only one not mentioned in the New King James Version of the Bible. The second book of Esdras, or Ezra as we know, unveils 7 prophecies to the prophet Ezra, after whom the book is named. He also plays a role in the book of Enoch, which we will be going over at a later time. Another possible interpretation of the 7 archangels is that these 7 are the 7 spirits of God that stand before the throne described in the book of Enoch and in the book of Revelation. The 7 archangels are said to be the guardian angels of nations and countries, and are concerned with the issues and events surrounding, but including politics, military matters, commerce, and trade. For example, Archangel Michael is traditionally seen as the protector of Israel and the church, the forerunner of the spiritual new Israel. It is possible to make a distinction between archangel with a lowercase a and archangel with an uppercase a. The lowercase is a sense of just being above the lowest choir of angels that are just called angels. But the uppercase A denotes the highest of all angels in the sense of being above all angels of any choir. Realm number 7, the principalities or rulers. It could be translated into princedoms and rulers. They are the angels that guide and protect nations or groups of people and institutions such as the church. The principalities preside over the bands of angels and charge them with fulfilling the divine ministry. There are some who administer and some who assist. The principalities are shown wearing a crown and carrying a scepter. Their duty also is said to be carried out the orders given to them by the upper sphere of angels and whatever blessings they are to bequeath or to bestow on the material world. Their task is to oversee groups of people. They are educators and the guardians of the realm of the earth, light beings related to the world of being in the earliest stage of development. They are said to inspire living things to many things, such as art or science. Paul used the term rule and authority in Ephesians 1 and 21, and rulers and authorities in Ephesians 3 and 10. We have now are up to the beginning of the second sphere. Realm number 6 is the powers or authorities. The powers or authority is the primary duty of the powers is to supervise the movements of the heavenly bodies in order to ensure that the cosmos remain in order. Being warrior angels, they also oppose evil spirits, especially those that make use of the matter in the universe and often cast evil spirits to detention places. These angels are usually represented as soldiers wearing full armor and helmet, and also having defensive and offensive weapons such as shield and spheres of chains, respectively. The powers are the bearers of the conscious and the keepers of the history. They are also the warrior angels created to be completely loyal to Yahweh, the divine. Some believe that no power has ever fallen from grace, but another theory states that Satan was the chief of the powers before he fell. Ephesians 6 and 12. Their duty is to oversee the distribution of power among humankind, hence their name. Paul used the term rule and authority in Ephesians 1 and 21, and rulers and authorities in Ephesians 3 and 10. He may have been referring to the rulers and the authorities of humanity instead of referring to angels. Realm number 5, virtues or strongholds. These angels are those through which signs and miracles are made in the world. The term appears to be linked to the attribute might in Ephesians 1 and 21, which is also translated as virtue or power. The name of the holy virtues signifies a certain powerful and unshakable virility, welling forth into all the godlike energies, not being weak and feeble for any reception of the divine illuminations granted to it, mounting upwards in fullness of power to an assimilation with the divine, never falling away from the divine life through its own weaknesses, but ascending unwaveringly to the super essential virtue, which is the source of virtue, fashioning itself as far as it may in virtue, perfectly turned towards the source of virtue, and flowing forth advantageously to those below it, abundantly filling them with virtue. We are now on realm number 4, which is the dominions or lordships. The dominions, Ephesians 1 and 21, Colossians 1 and 16, as lordships or dominions, are presented as the hierarchy of celestial beings. Lordships, considered as in some English translations. The dominions regulate the duties of lower angels. It is only with extreme rarity that the angelic lords make themselves physically known to humans. The dominions are believed to look like divinely beautiful humans with a pair of feathered wings, much like the common representation of angels. But they may be distinguished from other groups by wielding orbs of light fastened to the heads of their scepters or on the handle of their souls. We are now entering to the inner sanctum, the first sphere. Realm number 3, the thrones. The thrones or elders are a class of celestial beings mentioned by Paul of Tarsus in Colossians 1 and 16 in the New Testament. They are living symbols of God's justice and authority and have as one of their symbols the throne, the Ophium wheels. From the vision of Daniel 7 and 9 are unusual looking even compared to the other celestial beings. Plus, they are said to be moved by the spirit of other beings, which raises the question if the Ophium are spiritual beings at all, or if they're purely material beings. They appear as a like a topaz colored or beryl color wheel. Within a wheel, their rims covered with hundreds of eyes. They are closely connected with the cherub or cherubim instead. When they move, the others move. When they stop, the others stop. And when they rise from the earth, the wheels rise along with them. For the spirit of the living creature, the cherubim, was in the wheels. Ezekiel 10 and 17. Christian theologians that include the thrones as one of their choirs don't describe them as wheels, describing them as adoring elder men who listen to the will of God and present the prayers of men. The 24 elders in the book of Revelation are usually thought to be a part of this group of angels. Realm number 2. The cherubim have 4 faces: one of a man, one of an ox, one of a lion, and one of an eagle. Later, they were adopted as symbols of the 4 evangelists. They have 4 conjoined wings covered with eyes, a lion's body, and the feet of an oxen. Cherubim guard the way to the tree of life in the Garden of Eden, Genesis 3 and 24, and the throne of God, Ezekiel 28, 14 through 16. The cherubim are mentioned in Genesis 3 and 24, Exodus 25, 17 through 22, 2 Chronicles 3, 7 through 14, Ezekiel 10, 12 through 14, 28, 14 through 16, 1 Kings 6, 23 through 28, and Revelations 4, 6 through 8. Modern English usage has blurred the distinction between cherubim and putti. Putti are the often wingless human, baby/toddler-like beings traditionally used in figurative art. St. Thomas Aquinas imagines Satan as the fallen cherub. So what we know traditionally as cherubs are actually putti, P-U-T-T-I. We have now entered into the sacred inner chamber, which is level or level 1, which is the seraphim. The seraphim means seraphim, literally translates to burning ones. The word seraph is normally a synonym for serpents when used in the Hebrew Bible, mentioned in Isaiah 6 1 through 7. The seraphim are the highest angelic class, and they serve as the caretakers of God's throne and continuously shout praises. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory. According to Isaiah 6 1 through 8, the seraphim are described as fiery, six-winged beings with two wings that cover their faces, with another two that cover their feet, and the last two they use to fly. I just want to take a moment of your time for that teachable moment. I want you to understand that there are several realms of angels, just like there are, I believe, eight levels of heavens, which we will talk about. I want you to understand that there's levels to this. There's levels. And the higher you go in the hierarchy, excuse me, allergies bad today. The higher you go in the levels of angels, the more when they say, as above, so below. Whatever happens in this earth, in this realm, also is the image depicted as above, and vice versa. Whatever happens in above happens below. We know that our angels are source energy. Our higher beings are within, but we must show them to the world. So with that, so the universe, so the soul, they are the same. So when you hear that, I want you to break that apart. As above, so below. As within, so without. So the universe, so the soul. These 9 realms of angels are to be revered. We were given choice. We are the only beings that were given choice by the divine source God. And if that's the case, angels and any other group celestial were not given. Transcend and ascend. And when we go over the levels of heaven, you will understand what I mean. There's levels to this. There's levels. Research. Look it up. Don't take everybody's word as bond. Theologians were taught this. Some will give the information and some will not. It's based upon their own precept, their own dogma, their own, the word is lost to me right now. The doctrine that they have to follow within their dogmas. Spirituality allows the breaking of the walls, to have a direct contact with the source divine, to have a relationship without having a middleman on this earthly realm. However, we do have to answer to the hierarchy of the angels. Listen to your intuition. Listen to the words of the divine as they reveal themselves to you, especially in this energy. Ashe, Ashe. Thank you for stopping by Blended Healing. I will see you very, very soon. Be well. Stay safe. Ashe and deep bow.
With your wisdom, tell me how to move. What more do I need to prove? When will my seeds finally bear fruit? Ancestors into this space. Help me to dry my tears running down my face. Is this all just a phase? Will my victory have the sweetest taste? Tell me, is this all a test? I know that you stand with me and you know what's best. But I swear it's getting hard, and all I can do is look to the stars. Guide my steps and stand with me. Someday you will help me to break free. This has been a storm. Hell has no fury like a woman's scorn. Ancestors enter the flame. I can feel you cleansing me in summer rain. I can feel the liberation. This is my emancipation.